been a busy old week. In this video, I'll give you a rundown of what I have been up to this week. Hopefully, some of it will interest you. First thing to note, I've been playing with the Mavic a lot this week. So I try and carve out a little bit of time for the family every now and then. And last Sunday, we went out to a beach with the kids and I wandered off and did some droning. We went off down to this place, it was pretty cool. The sea went out for absolute miles. Consequently, the kids didn't go in the sea, but I sent the drone out and this is what it looked like. It's worth saying I forgot the ND filters, that was really frustrating. So that was that on Sunday, it's back to business. Now I will just address a couple of comments that have been made in YouTube. Well, they're not comments, they're more like questions. Thanks for your questions. So a few of you have been asking questions about the web presenter videos that I've done. And I haven't forgotten about them. Thank you for asking them. I've just been so tied up the last week, and next week we've got NAB. I will get round to running all the tests that have been asked and answering all the other questions. One question stuck out for me though was about the AGA Halo, which is now available. The Halo kind of does most of what the web presenter will do, but without the switching. It also works in 1080p. Anyway, we'll save that for another time, as it should be turning up maybe later today. I'll put it through its paces and probably do a side-by-side comparison with the web presenter and help you choose which is which, because they're kind of similar price. I think the Halo's a bit more expensive. Whatever. On Tuesday, I had a call from a good buddy of mine, Sean Conway. If you don't know who he is, I'll put some links down below. He's an endurance adventurer. Anyway, by the by, I hadn't seen him for ages. It was cool to catch up with him. And they wanted some drone footage. Would I be interested? Of course I would. I'll go up and have a look. In Helvellyn, up in the Lake District, if you've not been to the lakes in the UK or you're planning to come over to the UK, get up to the lakes. It's absolutely beautiful. But there is a guy whose job throughout the winter months it is climb a mountain every single day just to check on the weather, as it might be snowing at the top, conditions could be treacherous. So anyway, they're doing a video to follow him. Now this is the windiest conditions I've ever flown the Mavic in, and from the get-go the wind speed warnings were going off on the Mavic, and I estimated the wind speed to be about 50-60 miles an hour. There were more than one point during the day where we were flying the Mavic in sport mode, going full speed forward, and we were actually moving backwards over the ground. Bringing it down to land was pretty hairy at times as well. But you see, although I've claimed that spring is here now, it wasn't here on Tuesday when we trekked up the mountain. It did highlight as well how horrendously unfit I've become. Hence, no footage of me climbing the mountain. Wednesday, it was back up north again to see Sean yet again. He had bought a new Land Rover. I don't really need an excuse to go and have a look at a new Land Rover. Now, I mentioned, well, the guys had asked us to come up and do some drone footage, so we gave them all the usual splurge. Turned out, where they wanted us to film was right next to a gliding club. Well, that couldn't happen, but we did get some lovely shots where we did go. Well, that's a bit what this looks like. Incidentally, you'll see here, using the drone much more as a track and dolly than a drone. I particularly like this, and it was a real good opportunity to catch up with Sean, see some great people and some great vehicles, and again fly the drone in some really interesting conditions. We had the privilege of filming one of the very last Land Rover Defenders that ever came off the line. It might seem a bit Land Rover heavy this week. If you've watched any of my other stuff, we do a TV show about Land Rovers, and it's, aside from this kind of thing, it's kind of my favourite way of getting around. I've got a few Land Rovers as well, and I'm sure they'll pop up. In fact, there's one in the title sequence. Anyway, we went and did some lovely drone footage around a woodland with the Heritage, and I'll put a video out, the whole video of what we did there, in a couple of weeks' time when we get back. We took a whole bunch of cameras and did a real nice job of that. that's kept me pretty busy. Partner that with the fact that I've been organising flat outs for NAB. We fly out on the 20th, so if you are going, do let us know in the comments. Maybe we'll catch up, bump into each other. Who knows, dear viewer? If there are, we're going to most of the press conferences and such around NAB. Or most of the things I think will interest you, and if there's anything that you like to find out, particularly once announcements are being made. I mean, there's been a lot of speculation. We're expecting the DJI Spark, we're expecting some new stuff from Blackmagic Design. Well, most people aren't, but there will be because they're doing a big press conference. I think AJA are going to do some really interesting stuff as well. That'll do for now. I'm going to do a separate video on NAB rumours and things that are going on and things that we expect to see. So really, a little bit self-aggrandising this one, but it's just to keep you up to date. I have not forgotten about you. I've just been flat out, and hopefully